Today we are talking with Moyka about the release of her last single, Review. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you. Well, if you had to summarize your music style, how would you define it?
Oh, that's a hard thing to ask about, but okay. So it's quite synthy, a lot of synthesizers, and I've heard it's quite like cold or like I don't know, like a bit icy. So probably like um I don't know, electronic alternative pop, of course, but sometimes I like to call it winter pop. To just like so you know that there's a lot of like it's darkness, but it's cool. It's a bit harsh sometimes. So I sometimes like to call it winter pop, but it's yeah, like in general, it's alternative electronic pop music, I would call it. Yeah.
Good to dance.
Yeah, good to dance too. Yeah, definitely.
Well, you are from Norway, and most of the people watching this interview are in Chile, Mexico, Argentina, and all countries in Latin America. So, how do you think your Nordic culture has influences your work?
Well, I grew up here and I live here, so it's definitely like a part of me. And yeah, I don't know. It's I think like the winters, the climate, the forest, the like the just like the social culture can be a bit hard sometimes to deal with because we're very like compared to uh, places where there's like a warmer climate. It's we're quite antisocial. We're like keeping to ourselves. We're like inside a lot. It's raining a lot here in Bergen where I live, and yeah, so it's like that can be a hard thing to deal with sometimes, and I think I'm very influenced by that. I'm a very social creature, and yeah, it can be hard sometimes when it's when you sometimes feel isolated or like yeah, that can be like a good inspiration but also quite hard to deal with. But yeah, I hope that
And,
answered your question.
yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you think people in a place of the other side of the world, like Chile, get to connect with your music?
I think like that's a hard question because I don't know what it's like to live there, you know.
Mhm.
But I feel like the maybe it's quite universal
Mhm.
to feel lonely, to feel this to feel these kind of emotions and to feel a, a lot of emotions really. So it can be relatable in that kind of way. I think, but I don't know.
Mhm.
But that's what I can imagine. It's quite universal to feel loneliness, to feel that um, I write a lot about like feeling like I am, at least on this album that is coming out later this year. I I talk about like the big emotions, the big feelings, and I kind of celebrate the the movie-like moments of life. And I really love to highlight those things because I feel like that all the time. I feel like I I feel a lot. I feel intensely. There's a lot of emotions going on, and uh, I express that through music and I celebrate it through music. And yeah, I'm I love to make room for those parts of me, and people who resonate with that probably feel a lot too, I think. Yeah.
And well, you recently released Review, your last song. Um,
Hmm.
how has been the reaction from your audience?
Really good. It's
Yeah.
I think like everyone is ready for the new era. It's a
Hmm.
bit darker, it's a bit like clubbier, it's a bit we're in the dark, we're like, yeah, we're dancing, we're feeling like and celebrating the big and strong emotions. So it feels like everyone is ready for that. Yeah, that's the feelings I get, at least when getting the responses. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more in in that side, like dark side, but your song is like I want to dance all night and get drunk and don't and forget everything for a night and
Yeah.
yeah, and hand over the next day.
Oh, that's
Perfect.
perfect. I'm
Yeah.
releasing a new song the June 23rd. Is that right? Yeah, 23rd.
Hmm.
And it's called Don't Turn Around, and that's like what you're telling me there is like the theme of the song. Like it's about going through a heartbreak, or like going through, it's like a relationship that has ended
Hmm.
but could easily start again, but you have to like distract yourself and just like keep it going. Don't
Yeah.
turn around,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like perfect for what you're describing right there.
Yeah, and the hangover will be your fault to the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And well, I want to talk about the process. Could you tell us the story and the creation process behind this song?
Behind Don't Turn Around, you mean? Or like
No, no,
Rear View?
review, review.
Rear
Yeah.
View? Yes. So it was actually pretty easy to write because I yeah, I had a lot to say that day, I guess. And so it was one of those precious moments when you go into the studio and you feel like, okay, something is going to happen today. Something is about to explode. I don't know. It's a very precious feeling. So I went to the studio with Anders and Sivert, and it happened quite fast. Just writing it, and they're like magical wizards on production and synths. So it was like it was only fun to make it, even though it has like a dark theme with like feeling that you're in someone else's rear view. It's quite like a heavy feeling, but I'm very a big fan of saying something, or like singing about something sad, but making it like a dancey, like
Yeah.
crying, dancing, like getting all the emotions out that way. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I told you, listening to your music makes me want to dance. That is something unusual for me. Well, I'm in Ireland now, so I'm from Chile, and uh, we we are talking about the connection as well. It reminds me of the music that play in a nightclub in Chile, where they also play concert. And so I want to talk about that, the things that you expect about your audience. But what effect do you seek to achieve in people when they listen to your music?
Um, I definitely want to like awake something
Mhm.
in you, and dance, of course, like make you want to dance. And that's kind of like the good feelings I get when I listen to music. It's either like to process something, or to like get to dance to like have with you. um I know like albums and songs that have formed my life, and that I can think back to a specific era in my life, and I hear like Melodrama by Lord, like that's like one of those albums for me, and it's that's the kind of feeling I want to create in other people, or like that's my biggest wish, that it will be songs and albums that you carry with you, like through this era of your life, or through through whenever, like when you think about like your life albums. Yeah, that's what I want to do, really.
And how do you feel? Because you told me that it's been a long time since the last song. How do you feel with this new release?
I feel very excited. I feel I feel like it's definitely been a while since the last album, so it feels so good to finally like release this music that I've used a lot of time to create, and this universe that I've created now. And I can't wait to release even more music. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, and also I want to talk about that. If you can tell us about your musical future. Are you working on an album, any tour, visit Chile,
Yeah.
South America,
Oh,
or something? Please
I
tell
would
me.
love to come to
Yeah.
Chile. I would absolutely love that. So when I release new music now, make sure to listen to it lots. People in Chile, please. I would love to come. And so I'm working on releasing my second album now. It's going to be released in the fall. So right now I'm releasing singles to like hype up and getting ready to show this full era of this new album. So yeah, it's quite dark, electronic, dancey, celebrating the big emotions. Yeah. So I'm very excited about releasing it.
And we are excited for listening your new music. I'm really happy to discover your music. It's really nice.
Oh, thank you so much.
And well, for the Chilean and Latin American audience that is discovering your music through this interview, could you tell them who is Moyka?
I am Moyka. I am an electronic alternative pop artist. I make music about the big emotions, about um yeah what else? What can I say? um I'm very passionate about music. I'm very passionate about synthesizer. I'm also a producer, and I just really, really love making music and expressing myself through music. Yeah.
Well, and finally, I leave the camera for you to invite to people to listen to your last single review, please.
What? What? I didn't quite understand. Sorry.
If you
I'm
can
sorry.
invite to the people to listen your music and your last single.
Yeah. Uh, okay. Listen to my latest single. It's called Rare View. You can listen to it everywhere where you listen to music. And yeah, it's super cool. Check it out.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for
And
having me.
no,
Thank you.
we expect to having you in Chile soon.
Oh, I would love to come and play or just hang out. I just want to experience Chile. It seems like a magical place.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you can find some similar things in the south of Chile,
Yeah.
mountains, everything.
Yes, I've actually seen a lot of videos of Chile, how magical it looks. Like I've seen like sunsets and mountains and beautiful landscapes. So I feel like
Yeah.
that's one of the places I just have to go. That's like one of the magical places to be. So yeah, I can't wait to go one day.
Yeah, in Santiago is more for parties, so it's perfect for you play your music there.
Yes. I
Yes.
play my music there and then I
And
go
then
out
yeah,
and see the landscapes and the
yeah,
beauty of Chile. Yeah.
yeah.
Ah, mwah, perfect plan.
Perfect, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me on your interview and getting to know you a bit. It's been very nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.